Hey everybody, Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and today I wanted to talk to you about color palettes. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the like and subscribe below, as that does keep me motivated to continue making these videos so that way you can grow your business and change your life. Before we get started in the video, I just want to say, excuse my eye. I don't know if I got something in it when I was putting my kids to bed, or if I'm having some sort of something. I don't know. Anyway, it looks a bit weird. So don't pay any attention to that. Focus on the colors. Duke the colors. Anyway, I wanted to discuss color palettes today and the tools that I utilize online to help me with color picking, per request from the Facebook group when I asked what y'all would like to see. So naturally, when I ask you guys that, I try to deliver to the best of my ability. So I'm just going to go through 4 different websites that I like to utilize for inspiration, saving palettes, just helping me choose branding colors for people I may be helping with their shop or creation of things, or for myself, or just for design work, whatever it may be. Color palettes are very important when you're trying to get colors that complement each other instead of these contrasting, like hurting the eyes kind of thing. So it is very important for everybody to understand. Now, please keep in mind, I am not some ridiculous color theory expert, okay? I just have the knowledge that I have gained through the years that I've been doing this, which isn't that much. However, hopefully you will get something out of this video, and you can utilize some of these websites to help you when you're struggling to figure out colors for your designs or your branding or whatever it may be. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and head on over to my computer, and y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. So the first website that I am a big fan of is Color Hex. And when you go to Color Hex, it will start you off with, the user's latest favorite colors. And if you notice here, they do all of these in the hex code format, okay? And so you can generally take this hex code and punch that into any computer program that you may be using to get that same color. I generally only use hex codes. Also keep in mind that a color may look a certain way on one screen, but not the same way on another person's screen, depending on the quality. Okay, so you always want to add a disclaimer into your listings that though you are using colors, they may appear differently or show up differently on a physical end product based off of screen and also printer capability. So I feel like that's a really important thing to note, okay? Screen resolution, screen sizes, screen differences, printer differences, okay? I may look at one color green one way on my screen, and Joe down the road may look at that same green color and it look like a completely different thing, okay? And the same thing goes for printing. For the most part, it really just depends on printer quality. They usually print pretty similarly. I know I was tweaking out when I was trying to figure something out in Affinity Publisher the other day when I was creating a cross stitch pattern, because my white wasn't white, it was actually this off-white, and come to find out it was actually just my screen resolution that was all jacking it up. So keep that in mind. Back to this though, when you go to Color Hex, and I believe I am logged in here, you can sign up for an account, okay? You can create color palettes, you can favorite colors, okay? You can check out your favorite color palettes, and you can actually add palettes in here, okay? So over here in the menu bar, if you click on palettes, you could just go to popular palettes, okay? And it will show you the more popular palettes that are out there. You can search color palettes as well. So for the sake of it being full here soon, you can search for autumn, and a bunch of different autumn color palettes will come up, and this one's actually really nice. So some of them, keep in mind, these are all user submitted, and some of them are not so good and some of them are good. You can usually tell by your eyeballs if it's something good or not. So this one, Autumn Kitchen Theme, is actually pretty cute. So you just keep that in mind, right? So you can also click on latest palettes, and it will show you the most recently created color palettes. And again, keep in mind some of these are good and some of these maybe aren't so good as far as color theory goes. But it may give you something that just kind of speaks to you, I guess, that you may want to incorporate into your design in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to show you guys that I do have some color palettes back here, and you can see I was doing some branding. I added in one for my engineering website. This one I added in for, I can't remember what that one was for, some different variations of green that I was using, and this unicorn style palettes that I had on here. And I can go over here to my favorite color palettes, and you can see other people's palettes that I have favorited and added into my palettes just based off of you know, some of the things that I like. I was going through making a bunch of glitter, and I kind of wanted to go with different colors, you know, to kind of show that off. So that is one of the websites that I utilize for color palettes. The next one that I like to use is Color Hexa, and the reason why is this can give me variations of color when I'm working on things like plaids or digital papers, or things where I start with a base color and I want something darker or I want something lighter to provide a contrast. And this one has been really helpful for me. So if I just type in purple, it will come up with, you know, different purple things. You click on more colors by name, and it will show you all of the colors by name that they have here, which is awesome. You can also punch in hex codes if you so wish. And basically what this does, it will give you the hex code of purple here. And when you scroll down, it gives you the actual color swatch, what the RGB color chart is, and what the CMYK color chart is, which is awesome. For those of you who don't know, RGB is red, green, and blue, and the CMYK, Charlie, Mike, Yankee, Kilo, is cyan, magenta, yellow, and the K is for black. Okay, so this is a dark magenta color according to the description. It gives you the hex number, the RGB decibels, the percentage. So you would have everything that you need to punch this color into a design program, all right? The cool thing here is they will give you the complementary color, the analogous color, the split complementary, the triadic, and the tetradic, okay? So this is just a triangle basically, and this is a square on the color wheel. And that's really all you need to know for that. And then it will give you the monochromatic, which just gives you a range. You also have similar colors or alternates that they put in here. And then it gives you shades and tints, and I use this quite a lot. And you can see here the dot is actually where your color lands on this, and then darker to more brighter shades. And then you have a tint color variation. There are different tones here that you can look at as well. And so basically, and also a colorblind is similar, which is interesting, where you can see how this color is perceived by people affected by a color vision deficiency. So if you want to make sure that your colors are available for colorblind users, you can actually use this, which is a really, really neat tool. I personally wouldn't even have thought about that for designing, but if you so wish to do that, this is something that you could potentially consider. So I just use this site to kind of go through and look at different variations and complementary colors based off of this right here, okay? But it is a good starting point for me to punch in some colors that I frequently use and kind of go from there. So you'd think I would know this one color hex off the top of my head, but I don't. And I did for a while, but it's been so long that I don't remember it. So this is actually my branding color that I use. And you can see the complementary color here, the analogous, split complementary, triadic, and the tetradic. It's a very pretty palette when you look at it. And then it does give shade variations and tint variations. Since it's a lighter color, you'll get tint color variations with your actual color, and then here you'll get shade color variations, okay? And again, with the color blindness simulator. So that's just another quick example of what that looks like. If you already have a base to your branding or whatever you're looking for, and you want to expand that base out, okay? So the other generator that I like to use is a little bit nuts, so I will give you a fair warning. This does have a lot of flashing colors. That's why I'm going to scroll down just in case. It has a lot of flashing colors. So if you have any visual issues with flashing colors or flashing lights, I am just giving you a fair warning now that this could affect you in a negative manner. So you may want to skip past this part, and I will provide timestamps for this video so that way you can just skip past this, okay? So this is Coolers, okay? And they do have an app on iOS for this, which is really cool. But basically, you can do one of two things. You can start this generator and you can explore trending palettes. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the explore trending palettes first. And as this loads, it is going to come up with the trending palettes that people have saved. And you can also go ahead and create an account on here, though I was having trouble. And you can save some of these color palettes that you like. But we're not here to save other people's color palettes. We want to generate some stuff. So when you click on generate, what's going to happen is it will pop up with 5 different swatches, okay? And so if you know what you want your base color to be, you can click on the words and you can punch in your number, okay? And then you can lock it. And what that will do is that makes sure that that color does not go away. Because if I didn't lock it, all of the colors are going to change every time that I press the space bar, okay? And you can see that happening here. And it's just going to generate random color palettes until you tell it to stop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my branding color in here, and I'm going to lock this, and I'm going to press space bar, and it is going to populate colors that go along with this purple color, and you will click until you see something that you like. So I actually think that this color is a good fit, so I'm going to keep going. Oh God, that's way too bright. That brown wasn't too bad. And this would be like a good neutral color. And basically you would just click through until you find something that fits well, all right? And that's kind of how this works. There's nothing super fancy about it. You just go through, choose your colors, go from there, and you can save that. Or similarly, you can just write down the hex information that you need to create your designs or whatever you may be doing, okay? The next one is a little bit more powerful. This is the Peloton.com color generator. And the reason why this one is awesome is because it gives you so many different options. And you could, when I first found this tool, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I for real sat down and played around with colors for probably an hour or more. Just like amazed at what this tool was doing. So use this tool to your advantage. It can really, really help you. So what you have here is you have the ability to create a one color palette, which is this right here. You have the sorry, I had a brain fart there. The adjacent colors. You have your triad, which is your triangle, and then you have your tetrad, or the tetradic, which is 4, and it's basically a square. And you could do a freestyle if you'd like, and that's where you just move things around individually. But we're going to start with the triad. And basically what you can do here is you can move your colors around the wheel, and you can see here on this side that the 3 colors are going to change, okay? And then the other thing that you can do here is in the middle, you have your colors as well, and you can move these bars around, okay, to get different effects. And you can move the shaders around as well. You see it's changing these colors to get something that fits what you're looking for. But basically, you know, you can move these around the color wheel to get something that's going to fit. Now, if you move these other two, since this is, oh, well, this is my lock color now. Since this is my lock color, the other two are going to move with it. But you also have the ability to shrink your triangle or grow your triangle for this particular one, and it will move the other two with it. The reason why I like this tool is because it will give you certain settings for the color wheel, and you play around with it until you get something that you like, okay? Even with the 4 colors, you know, we're locked here. This is the one we're locked on, but then you can expand that out, okay? These two are going to stay locked because they stay across from each other, and you just move these other two around to kind of get where you want to go. That looks fun and funky, and you can move these where you think might be good. All right, and just move these around until you get something that you like. And that looks pretty funky. I'm digging those colors, so this would be something that I would use. And you can see that the base RGB is here, okay? And you can change that if you like. I'll do that to change it to my branding colors, and then kind of move that around. So once you're done with that, you can check out the colorblind simulation and what that looks like if you want to change your color. So it does have that same tool there, or you can get rid of the visual simulation altogether, okay? And when you're finished, you can click on Share Palette. Oh, okay, for some reason that's not working, so we can't do that. But what you want to do is you want to click on Tables, and you can see your base colors are all going to be here in the middle, and you can export these. What it does is it also will go out to other primary colors that will match with this based off of different tinting on the color palette itself. So you can go ahead and export this and save the information, okay? I'm not sure why this share didn't work, but we'll just leave it at that. So this is also a tool that I use. And really the options are endless when you have these color palettes, again, for branding purposes or design purposes. Okay, and so one thing that is important to note, if you are focused on branding, and this is the last thing that I will cover before I wrap things up, is you normally want to choose 3 colors, okay? So you want your base color, which in my case is the Alpha Echo 77 Foxtrot, okay? You want an accent color, which is something that complements that color, and a neutral color. So in the case of a neutral, you want something like a beige or like a lighter, something that's just like lighter and just like nicer. And that is just going to be something that's very neutral nature. You may want one more accent color. So a lot of the times I recommend to choose 4 colors with your branding, but most people can stick with 3 and be okay. And the branding colors will be all over the place, right? So that is all I really wanted to go over today. I just wanted to talk about the tools that I use online to find inspiration on colors, create color palettes, and help me when I'm trying to brand for myself or other people or create designs. So if you got something out of this video, go ahead and click on the like and subscribe below, as that does keep me motivated to continue making these videos so that way you can grow your business and change your life. And as always, if you have any questions, drop a comment below and let me know, or head on over to our Facebook group where we're creating a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to grow their semi-passive income. And with that, I will catch you guys all on the next video. Have a great night.